guys, welcome back to another video. Let me just pop these windows up real fast so we can hear me a little bit better. So today is the last drive in the Mark 6R. We're off to Stevens now and we're going to be painting the car. So today's the first day of disassembly and pulling things off. Might be a bit of a slow day. We're still going to work things out as to what we need to do and what's happening. But at the moment, as you can see, we're in the 6R and we're just driving along towards Stevens. Behind me I've got him in the GTI, so I can obviously get home and the rest of it. But yeah, so today's my last drive. It's been a bit of fun and we've had some good times at the moment. I reckon about probably 2 to 3 months until I have it back from when we've started to finish painting it and getting it all prepped and all the rest of it. So should be fun. We're on the road at the moment, so as you can see. So once we're all good to go and we're back at Stevens, I'll pick up the camera again. Might be a bit of a change of outfit because I'm not going to wear this while I'm doing the car. I don't want to get dirty, so I might swap over and I'll see you there. I might do a couple pulls and the rest of it and do a last couple of them before I have to give it up for the next couple months and the rest of it. So enjoy and I'll see you on the other side. Alright guys, we've just arrived at Steve's after our last drive with the Golf. Here she is right there. Just wait for it to expose. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to swap out my aftermarket wheels, take them off. I have a pair of Sirocco R wheels that I'm going to be putting on the car. Obviously for the fronts, because I've got bigger brakes, I've got some spaces down there which will clear our big brakes at the front, just there. And then once they're on, we will roll the car into the shed and start mocking up body pieces and pulling stuff off, getting everything sorted on the car and working out what we have to order as such for paint, / also if we need any new brackets for rear bumper, because we do have a little bit of a gap right here. It doesn't sort of line up as properly as possible, and then on this side below the light, it's not lining up properly. So we might need to order some brackets and the rest of it, but we're going to pull up the pieces, have a look what's going on. But first things first, let's get to the wheels and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, since last time, a bit of an update. It's been about a week since I brought the car over to Stevens and we got some stuff done. Last week we actually lowered the TCR, which is just here now, and we put my wheels off the Mark 6 onto that car. So we got a little bit distracted last week. We got some stuff done, like we put the wheels on and the rest of it. This morning we've been running around getting stuff. We went and got an air compressor, we got some tools, we got some more stuff for the painting. Steve went yesterday very kindly and picked up a lot of stuff for me, which we needed to get it all done. Stephen's just starting now on the rear quarter panels just to sand them back so we can obviously fix up where I rubbed with the wheels. So I'll take you in there now. It is sort of loud, but I'll show you what's going on and what we're doing. So as you can see, here's Steve in the shed. So he's here sanding away. So I'll come in here now over everything. And as you can see here, this is where we rubbed out this one, and Steve's just started to sand it back to where we can start working with everything and get it all cleaned up. So we're going to keep working away here. I'm going to put a bit of a time lapse on. I'm going to get a bit of information from Steve, get him to show me what's going on and how we do it all, and then we will come back to you guys. Sorry about the air compressor in the background. So the other side's all sanded down and ready to go pretty much for some paint. This side we're just going to sand down like the other side we did, and then we're going to scuffle this back up and then fill where we need to and then sand it again once the high fill filler is in. I'm just going to put all that in there. We only really need to come down to obviously here, so I'll tape all that up as well while we're at it, depending on how far Steve wants to go with it. but just make sure he doesn't get my door, because that really does need to be painted. I will give you guys an update. There has been a change in sort of plan with the car. Originally, we were going to repaint the whole thing and keep it, but since having the TCR and having other life commitments that I want to bring to fruition, I'm actually going to sell the R now. It has been short but sweet with this car. I do plan on getting actually another one later on in my life, but at the moment I think this is, for me, the right life decision to sell it and keep the TCR, because obviously being under warranty and being brand new, it's probably a better choice in my life. I mean, some other people might disagree with me, but for me, this car, I've had many joys in the last 11 months that I've owned it, coming up to nearly a year. But I think it's time to move it on for the short term. I'm never going to say never. I'm always on car sales looking, so I might buy one. Who knows when it happens, but at the moment I'm just going to clean it up, get it presentable to what I would like it to look like if I was buying the car. So I think for now it's probably sad for me as well, but I think it's probably for the best. And also the TCR is a very capable car, and I have done a few little things to it. I will be making a video shortly about the car, obviously picking it up, what I've done to it so far, and the rest of it, and the plans. Like, I've got a lot of stuff that I'm thinking about doing with the car. So at the moment, yeah, it's a bit sad, but I think in the meantime we can keep moving on. And obviously there's more out there to do than just one car, and I think it might help me as well look at hindsight. Like, I got back in this today when I started it up, and although I did miss driving it, I got to say, after driving the TCR for 3 weeks now, and this is only done since I picked it up, the only short few kilometers that I've done in it. So I just think that at the moment it's the right choice. It's going to be sad missing this little thing, but I got to say, it will be good once it is sold, and then I can move on to better things with my life and doing other stuff I'm doing. So look, don't hate me for it. I know it's only a short but bitter, but there will be another one shortly. And the TCR content is going to be great. I know I haven't been awesome on YouTube. I've done a few little light videos here and there with the golf, but I'm going to try my best to actually be consistent this time. So this will be my first episode, and then I will move into the next episode with us painting it and the rest of it. There's stuff that I want to do on the TCR that we're going to paint as well, which is going to be really good. So stick with me, and it'll all happen. Sorry for the long spiel, but let's keep moving forward. We're going to sand this one down, and then we're going to keep going. So catch you in a bit. Alright guys, so we're back. We have sanded down the back rear quarter here. Over here we have this one sanded down, and we had to sand down the front fender here because I decided at one stage to try and clearance for my front wheels the fenders before I rolled them, and tried to cut off the actual inner of the fender, and I made it all warped. So Steve and I just sanded it down. We're going to put a little bit of filler in it, make it all look smooth, and then we should be good to go. So Steve's already pumped out the filler here. That's the filler and the setter together, obviously, and the tubes are set. Steve's over here just popping on some of the filler now onto the passenger side of the vehicle. This is probably the worst side out of all of it. The subframe in the offset is to the passenger side, so running wider wheels makes it really hard in the passenger side of the car. So once we've done this, we're going to let it set. It's really hot here today in Brisbane, so it shouldn't take too long for it to set, and then we'll sand it down flat, and then we'll go over with primer once we're done. As you can see here, Steve's actually got it pretty much flat almost, as best as he can, and we've taped it all up here so that we can peel the tape off so it doesn't actually hit the quarter panel. We will blend in to probably up to the line here, but at the moment that's all we need to do. So I'll leave you guys for now. We're going to do this, and I'll pop back to you guys once we've finished and start sanding again. So back shortly. Alright guys, so we just filled all the fenders. Well, Steve has done that for me. I'm not very good with this stuff, so I've let the master over there get to work and do what he does best. So we've done that side, done here, and then obviously we've gone up to the front here, and the fender is done as well. We still do have a few little pieces on the other side of the car to do, and the front bar, just to do underneath, but that'll happen a little bit later on when we can get the car a little bit further in. We'll focus on this stuff first, and then once that's done, then we'll keep moving forward. So I'll catch you once we've started on the other stuff, or blocking down the actual fenders ourselves. So leave it with me. Alright guys, we're back. A little time has passed since I last spoke to you. We've now fully covered the car, and we have taped it all up. We're just doing the first layer of primer on the fenders. So as I'll just show you, so we've got this one done. It's all smoothed out now and blocked, and we've done this one at the front as well. We're 90% there, and then next weekend, which will be next Saturday, will be the day of painting it, of just white and then clearing it, and then fixing up the little stone chips in the hood, and daubing them with paint and clear. Let all that set, come back, give it a light sand, and then we'll go over the whole car with a full polish and detail, and then it should look as good as new. But yeah, so for now, that's probably really it for what's going to happen with the car this week, and for obviously the first part of getting the car all back together, and looking as to how it did before I put the wider wheels on it, and rolling the guards. So it's coming along well. I think everything should be sorted now, and we're nearly done. So I'll leave you with this for now, and then once that's all done, and we come back next week, I will pick up the camera again and I'll show you what's going on and what we're up to. So thank you for watching the video. I do apologize if it is a bit all over the shop. It's a little bit hard trying to learn with Steve, plus trying to pick up the camera and show you what's going on. So I hope it was alright, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you in the next one.